Hey everybody, welcome back to my book chat channel. So this is another book review. This is an independent book review, meaning an author had reached out to me. I have done one for this person in the past. Author's name is Vanita Kerr. I hope I'm saying that well enough. So the first book that I reviewed for her was called Broken Branches, and this is the sequel to that. It's called Brimming Boughs. Yeah, hope I'm saying that okay. I'll throw up a picture there so you can see it for yourself. And it is currently available on Kindle. So as per usual, I'll quickly run through the brief synopsis and then go from there. So fast forward 4 years on from the tragic events of Broken Branches, and we are back in Kensington based in London. Kensington based in London. England. Kris is slowly moving on from his past, and this has brought in unexpected experiences around him that are forcing him to look at his own unhealed wounds. He is committed to his promise to Kelsey, and so is building a life that is based on the desires of his heart. In support, the world brings forward a young, quirky schoolgirl that goes wherever she finds happiness, and his cousin Timothy, who has a mysteriously quiet girlfriend. The foundation of Kris's life has lifted, and his intentions to his actions are finally completely closing the curtains to his past. However, first Kris is forced to realize that happiness is discovered within what we choose to come face to face. Sorry, startled by a strange noise. Backing up a little bit. Okay, so, however, first Kris is forced to realize that happiness is discovered within when we choose to come face to face and heal through our deep-rooted pain. Brimming Boughs involves splendor, pure love, humility, mental and emotional health, spiritual natural elements, and humor. So, and then of course there's a content warning just saying that there's depression, anxiety, abuse, bullying, and death-related topics all within the one story. So, I have happily given this book a 5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed this story. But no, I really enjoyed this story. I found that I really enjoyed the first book, the first set of events, and it really brought out a lot of different emotions in me. And going into the second one, there was a nice flow going from first to second. The story starts off with sort of an introduction into some new characters, some new faces, and they go through the somewhat troubled and traumatic background and histories of these people. And then it fast forwards and you get to see and experience along with everybody how it ends up intermingling with Kris and the characters that all are within his life. From Clare, his sister-in-law, and Lauren, who has, of course, his assistant or receptionist, however you want to title her at work. And then, of course, the newest arrival of characters, Reva, who is just this bright, shining little light. And she just seems to touch everyone that she comes across. And it's almost like she's got this way of healing people. And it's pretty amazing. She's got one heck of a headstrong personality as well. So it's pretty entertaining to watch and read the correspondence between her and everybody. And then the characters themselves as everything, flows into this story. But I found overall it was a really nice secondary chapter to the first one. And it had, a good way of concluding some different events that happened in the first book were concluded in this one. And then yeah, I mean, I'd have to say, if I had anything negative to say, I really didn't like the ending, but that's because when it comes to a romance story, I like things sometimes a little bit more than just a subtle, quick ending. I prefer something a little bit more, I don't know. Sometimes I like the gushy romance ending, and sometimes I don't. In this one, I felt maybe somewhere in the middle might have been good. Not too subtle, but not overly embellished either. Would have been nice. So I think that's my only really negative part, was the fact that I really didn't like the ending, just because, I don't know, it was just over too quickly for me. I would love to read more about these people and follow them more into, their next chapter of life. It would be fun to follow and read. But from an overall perspective, I had a really hard time putting this book down, and it drew out more emotion from me, similar to the first book. And, I'm happily rating this book 5 out of 5 stars. And, yeah, I would highly recommend giving these two a try, starting with the first one and going into the second one. I mean, technically, you don't have to read the first one to read the second one, just the way that everything is set up. However, for a little bit of background history and probably a little bit more understanding into some of the events that are concluded in this one, I would recommend reading the first one and then the second one. So, yeah. Alrighty, so that is my brief and rather chaotic book review of this one. And again, this one is Brimming Boughs. Booths? I don't know. I'm butchering this and I apologize. By Vanita Carr. And yeah, I hope you give these books a try. If you end up picking these up or anything like that, or coming across them and decide to give them a try, be sure to let me know what you think of them. I thank you all so much for tuning in. Oh, secondary note, just for those who may not know, I have decided to create an independent Instagram and Facebook page, all connected off my main one, that is going to be dedicated to my books and books reviews. I mean, you'll still find book and art mingle in between the two, between my main Instagram page and my book one, but I'll be posting book reviews and things like that primarily on the Bookstagram account, which has been titled Sky's Book Blog, and I will be sure to link that down below in the description as well, and that will be linked to a Facebook page as well. So if you want to check those out and follow me there, I would welcome the support. So again, I thank you all so much for tuning in, and I will be back soon with another book review. Hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Happy reading.